Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Art of Creation Homestead. My name is Jason, and do you know what time it is? It's actually time to start planting things outside, and we do have something already planted. We do have this green stalk planted with some lettuce and it's a Chinese cabbage, some more lettuce, and it's a pak choi in here, and then some spinach down here. So we do have something planted. Obviously, now this is covered with a frost cover for a little bit. And it's really, if you look behind me right here, this spot right here, you can see it real good. It really took on a little damage, possibly from the wind and the rain we had recently. A ton of wind and rain, and it kind of, not really damaged, but it kind of leaned it over a little bit. It will come out of it. My hope is that we just get a lot of beautiful greens and cabbage and stuff out of there, because we got a good start this year. We got a really good start. We got some good weather coming up. So hopefully that stays going. But we need to get some onions planted today, and probably another green stalk, but we'll see how that goes. We have this spot over here. It's a cinder block bed that runs around the corner over here, but we've got all these holes. See the holes inside the cinder blocks? We'd like to put onions in there. And we got a little spot over here that's not used, and we're gonna plant onions in that as well. But right now we got all this garlic planted. Garlic is doing really good. Going all the way through here and all the way down through here. We got garlic growing really well. It is, however, lonely and needs some onions around it. So we've got a lot of holes here to plant. All the way up, down through here, all the way across, up this way. Take out that chickweed, go this way, all the way through there. So that's around 40 holes of cinder blocks to put stuff in. We do have more onion plants than that. So Angela and I were talking, we're thinking about planting a border of onions around the sections where we're going to plant broccoli at here maybe in a month or so. We've got those broccoli plants started, but we need an idea of what we're doing there. So we got like 100 or so onion plants to plant. So we need to plant several spots just to get them all in and hope that we get something out of them, right? So I think this spot down here beside the chicken coop is where some of those onions are going to go. But we got to get those holes filled with dirt. We got to get some more dirt in that bed. We got to get everything fertilized. We got to do all this stuff before those onions get planted. So I'm going to get started, okay? Okay, here we are next day. I got sidetracked yesterday by the necessity to eat. So we got a little bit done. I'll show you real fast what we got done. Got some more dirt put in all these holes and didn't fill them up yet. And I put in the base fertilizer that we use. So I'm gonna finish putting in the rest of the fertilizers. I'll show you how we treat the fertilizer and how we treat measuring it. And then after I put the fertilizer in, I gotta put some more dirt in there, mix in the fertilizer real good, then I'll get to planting. Honestly, we take a very simplistic approach to using these fertilizers, because they are organic fertilizers. Like I just take an old measuring scoop. I think this is a 1/3 cup. It's a 1/3 cup, and I'll just fill it up. This is blood meal, and this is how I'm gonna do it. Just simply put some in there like that, some more in there like that, and just go through all the holes, putting it in there. I'll repeat that process on all the holes, and also for the bone meal that we're using. Now for kelp meal, I might put a little bit more kelp meal in here, because the onions, they do have a sugary aspect, right? So they need nitrogen, but they also need a lot of phosphorus and potassium. You need good sized bulbs. So to get the good sized bulbs, you're gonna need more potassium. More potassium helps the root crops grow larger. All right, but also helps them develop their sweetness, but the nitrogen helps them grow. So some root crops like potatoes, they don't need as much nitrogen. If you get too much nitrogen in them, they're just gonna have big tall green plants and not good enough potatoes. Well, here on the onions, they do need a little bit more nitrogen. So we're gonna make sure that we do give them a good dose of blood meal. Don't be too crazy with it, because it is strong, but we're not going to worry about getting too much nitrogen in there. We just need to make sure that we have enough phosphorus and potassium as well. I think some places recommend like 20-10-10. Honestly, I'm not calculating anything like that. I'm just trying to give it some good fertilizer, make sure they can grow. Now that I got all these fertilizers in here, I'm going to take this old trusty stick, mix them in. Ain't got to be too crazy, just mix. Just do that. Just need to get it mixed in the dirt so that when you water, it don't come floating out the top. Okay, everything's mixed in. I got some extra dirt on top of these spots here, and now we've got our onions plants. Okay, now there's a couple different ways you can get onions. There are onion sets, which are little dried bulbs, and you can put those in the ground. And if you do that, you need to put those in the ground with the spot where the little onion is going to come up out of. The green is going to come out of, facing up, obviously. Okay, and then there's these are onion plants, onion starts. Okay, and as you can see, they're just little slips essentially with the root on the bottom, just like this. See, now these are red onions. They're red Zeppelin onions that we got from Gurney's.com, and I really think Gurney's probably has the best price on onions. You get a good bunch here. I think there's 2 of these bunches for one price, and obviously with all these places, the more you buy, the bigger discount code you can get, whatever. But so this is one bunch. Angela had put them in a cup of water. Okay, regular plastic cup. Okay, full of water, not full of water, just a little bit of water in the bottom so the roots can touch it, because they come in dry. Okay, and then the roots touch that and the roots liven up, and it really helps them to get a good start once you put them in the ground. Now here's one of them. Okay, see, good start. These onions are, by the way, these onions are delicious. If you like a good red onion, this has got an amazing flavor. I'm not an onion fan. Okay, a couple years ago, after the first time we've grown these, Angela had diced them up and had them sitting on the counter. I just took a bite because I never really bit a raw onion like that, and the flavor of this little red onion was amazing, just impeccable, outstanding. So we're growing it only now. Okay, we're not growing any other onions except for red Zeppelin because they're so good. So you take this little onion slip like this, okay, and you just pop it in the ground. Very simple. All right, don't go too deep with it. Honestly, just like a little, the end of your finger deep, honestly. Okay, so from this knuckle here down to here. Now if you got smaller hands, maybe a little deeper, like honestly an inch, just an inch, about an inch. That's about it. That's all you need, and water them in really good. Now as they grow, be aware, if you're like me, you have this incessant urge to bury everything, to mound up around it and make sure that the root is not, make sure the bulb is not coming out. With an onion, you don't need to do that. That will impede its progress. It'll get dirt in between the layers of the onion, and it'll keep the bulb from growing the way it should grow. Yes, it's going to come up out of the ground a little bit. Let it go. Don't mess with it. Just keep watering it, take care of it, and that's how it's going to grow the best. Okay. Okay. Surprisingly enough, it took pretty much all of them. Okay. There's all. So I'm going to show you what we got here. Right here, just give them a few inches space, 3 to 4 inches space. Put them over here. That's 18 good ones. So, now some of them you're going to notice. If you buy plants, some are bigger than others, some are a little skinny, and some are not. But again, put them in about an inch deep. When you water them down, that dirt's going to come down a little bit more. But again, don't mound them up. Just keep watering them. Water them well. They need plenty of water. And enjoy. By the way, these are red Zeppelins again, and you're going to find short day, intermediate day, and long day onions. They all have their own advantages and disadvantages, I would say. Depends on where you're at. I believe these are an intermediate day onion. Anyways, essentially it means the amount of hours they need, sunlight they need, how long or short they need the day to be, right, in order to grow. And I think these are intermediate day. I don't recall. I wish I did know. Anyways, they're not a short day. That's for certain. So they need probably 12 to 14 hours of sunlight in order to bulb up. So that's why it's good to start getting them done right now, because we're at that 12 to I think we're at that 13 hours of daylight kind of sort of thing. So we're getting there. So water them up. They can handle some cool air, so that's okay. And enjoy. Onions are an amazing thing to grow, and even better to grow organically like we're doing. So thank y'all for watching. We do appreciate it. My name is Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead. We love y'all. God bless you and goodbye.